Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're unveiling our ultimate guide to conquering student debt, the SAVE Student Loan Repayment Program. If you're seeking financial relief from student loans, you're in the right place. But before we dive in, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. It really helps our content get seen by more people so we can help them on their road to financial freedom. All right, first up, the SAVE Loan Program. This initiative aims to help you tackle federal student loans, providing a financial relief ladder for you to climb out of student debt. Now let's talk about eligibility. To qualify, all you need is a direct that can be a subsidized, unsubsidized, plus, or consolidation federal student loan. Your repayment is calculated based on your income and your family size. Some of you may have older pre-2010 loans that may have been called FFEL or Federal Family Education Loan Program. These loans would need to be consolidated into a new direct consolidation loan to be eligible for the SAVE Act. Okay, so let's talk about how that payment is calculated. They start by taking your income and subtracting 225% of the federal poverty line. I'll put a link down below where you can find the calculation table for the federal poverty line. For a family of 4, that is $30,000, so they would exclude $67,500. Stick around to the end for a tip that may save you thousands of dollars on how to maximize this exclusion. So after they subtract that exclusion, they take whatever value is left over from your salary and multiply it by 5%, and that is your annual payment. Divide it by 12, and that would be your monthly payment. So let's consider an example where we have 2 teachers who are both married, both have student loans, and they have 2 children. So each teacher makes $60,000 for a total household income of $120,000. You would subtract that $67,500 from their income, leaving you with $52,500. Multiply that by the 5%, and then you would end up with each of them owing $2,625 in payments a year, or $219 per month. That comes out to $5,250 per year, or $437.50 per month for the family. Now, that is half of what they would have been paying under the old repay program that based it on 10% of your discretionary income. This new one is on just 5% with the SAVE Act. Now, you may be saying, what if my interest is greater than 5%? Well, the federal government covers any amount of interest that is over what your payment is. So your loan balance will never grow under this program. And after 20 years of payment, all the loans are forgiven. So as long as you make that minimum payment each month, you will get a good month, and once you accumulate enough months, it's forgiven. Okay, so a couple things to consider. First, student loan payments are back. It's time to reintegrate them into your budget so you're financially prepared and not caught off guard. Second, you need to recertify your income. The government said that they will begin allowing you to recertify your income in March of 2024, but you don't have to do it that month, and you can delay it a little bit. So for some of you, you're going to want to do it right away because, for instance, if your family increased in size, or you got married, or your income went down, you may want to recertify because that's going to lower your payment. So you'll want to do it as quickly as possible. On the other hand, if your income went up, or your children turned 17 and you can't claim them anymore as dependents, then you may want to delay as long as possible because your payment will go up after you recertify. So make sure you mark your calendar and keep a lookout for that and get it done on time. Choosing the right repayment plan is also important. While the SAVE plan is great, it is not the only plan there is, and it might not be the right one for you. There's also income-based repayment plans and also the pay-as-you-earn plan. One of those may end up being better for your particular situation, so make sure you consult with an expert if you're in doubt. Okay, so thanks for sticking around. So here is that hot tip. So let's go back to our example, right? So they were under the SAVE repayment program, and their tax filing status had been married filing jointly. Well, if they would do a married filing separately, they would have the same tax obligation, but their payments would go down. So let's take a look a little more in depth on this. So when they file separately, each one of them would end up taking one child, and their federal tax obligation would stay the same as we said, but their exclusion would go down to $44,370, but it would be each, so it would be over $88,000 total. That would leave each of them with a $15,630 discretionary income. Multiply that by 5%, $781 is each of their annual payments, or $65 a month. That's $130 for the family, which is over a $300 a month savings, which is awesome. So a word of caution here though, married filing separately is not a decision to make on a wing and a prayer. There is a different treatment for many tax credits, deductions, and tax brackets. So have your financial planner and tax professional run the numbers both ways for you for your 2023 tax liability and student loan payments. While you may end up owing a little bit more in taxes, it could greatly be offset by your student loan payment reductions. That's it for today's guide on the Save Student Loan Repayment Program. Remember, you've got the power to take control of your debt. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button.